What if I told you that a narcissist's home isn't just a place? It's a weapon, a carefully crafted illusion, hiding secrets that reveal who they really are behind closed doors. Today, we're uncovering the 5 most disturbing things narcissists often keep hidden in their homes. And trust me, number 3 will leave you speechless. You ever get that feeling like someone's watching you, even when you're alone, that creeping sense of being observed? With a narcissist, that feeling might not just be in your head, because here's the truth: many narcissists use hidden cameras and microphones in their homes. Not for safety, not for peace of mind, but for control, for power, and the worst part, you probably wouldn't even know it's happening. These aren't the obvious home security systems you can spot with a glance. I'm talking about tiny devices tucked into light bulbs, phone chargers, behind picture frames, quietly recording, capturing everything you say, everything you do. Now let's break this down. Why would someone do that? Because for a narcissist, trust isn't something they value. What they value is leverage. Information is currency. They're always scanning for weaknesses, ways to catch you in a lie, even when there is no lie. They want evidence not to protect themselves, but to use against you later when it benefits them. It's not about resolving conflict or feeling secure in the relationship. It's about winning. It's about having the upper hand. And when you're constantly being watched, whether you know it or not, you begin to question your own reality. That's exactly where they want you. I've heard stories where someone found a recorder hidden in a drawer or a camera tucked in a vent, and the narcissist always had a justification. "Oh, I was just trying to protect us. I didn't know how to tell you." But the truth is, it's invasive. It's violating, and it's a massive red flag, because if someone truly respects you, truly values a relationship with you, they don't need to spy on you to feel secure. But a narcissist does, because their entire reality is built on control, and if they can't control how you act in front of them, they'll try to control how you act when you think they're not looking. And the thing is, they always want to be looking. They can't help it. That paranoia, that obsession with narrative and image, it drives them to cross lines. And sometimes those lines are not just emotional, they're legal, but they don't care because the rules don't apply to them. Only the illusion matters, and if you've ever felt like you were being watched, you probably were. There's something really unsettling about discovering that someone you trusted has been hiding money. And I'm not talking about saving up for a surprise vacation or keeping a little emergency fund on the side. I'm talking about secret stashes of cash tucked away in places no one would think to look, a box inside a box in the back of the closet. Rolled up bills shoved into the lining of a suitcase, an envelope taped under a drawer. It sounds dramatic, right? But it's exactly the kind of thing a narcissist does, because money, for them, isn't just about security or freedom, it's about control. See, when you live with a narcissist, everything feels a little off, a little unsteady. One minute they're generous, the next they're accusing you of being financially irresponsible. But behind the scenes, they're the ones playing both sides. They hoard money privately while making you believe you're both on the brink of financial collapse. And why do they do that? Because they want you dependent. They want to keep you confused. They want to keep you grateful when they give you something, and guilty when you ask for more. It's manipulation disguised as budgeting, and it doesn't stop there. The cash isn't just for them, it's for their exit strategy. Narcissists are always thinking about their next move. They may smile in your face, sleep next to you, eat dinner at your table, but somewhere in the back of their mind, they're preparing for the moment they might need to cut and run. That stash of money, that's their escape hatch, and they'll never tell you it exists, because that stash represents power you don't know they have. Here's the real kicker. They might even accuse you of being the one who's hiding something. That's the narcissist's game project, distract, confuse. While they're secretly hoarding money, they'll gaslight you into thinking you're the one who can't be trusted. And if you dare confront them, suddenly it's your fault for snooping, for not trusting them. But let me tell you, real love doesn't look like secrecy. Real partnership doesn't require a hidden vault. Because when someone is hiding money behind your back, they're not protecting you, they're protecting themselves from you. Now, this next one might sound a little out there, but stay with me, because it's more common than people realize. I've heard countless stories from people who, after leaving a narcissistic relationship, look back and say, there was something really dark in that house. And they're not just talking about the tension or the emotional abuse. They're talking about actual objects. Ritualistic items, candles arranged in strange patterns, books on manipulation, spells, or control. Symbols drawn on paper and hidden in drawers. It's not just weird, it's calculated, and in some cases, it veers into something that feels like dark magic. Now, whether or not you believe in energy or ritual or the power of intention, here's the truth. Narcissists do things for effect, for power, for dominance. And if they believe for a second that lighting a candle, reciting a phrase, or performing some kind of ritual gives them an upper hand, they will do it. Not for healing, not for peace, but to control outcomes, to manipulate people, and to feed their fantasy that they're untouchable. Some even keep these items in locked drawers or private boxes, not because they're sacred, but because they're strategic. It's another form of psychological warfare, and what's really chilling is that these objects aren't there to serve any higher purpose. They're not about connecting to something spiritual. They're about pulling strings behind the scenes. Think about it. A narcissist thrives in secrecy. They don't want you to know what they're really thinking or planning. So if they feel like they can harness something, even if it's just the illusion of power, they'll use it. And then they'll pretend it's just harmless decoration or deny it altogether. That's how they operate: confuse, disorient, deflect. I've even heard people say they found things after the breakup, things they never noticed before, like dolls with needles, jars with locks of hair, weird notes with names crossed out. And sure, maybe it's symbolic, maybe it's nothing. But when someone is emotionally abusive, and you find out they were also performing rituals behind your back, that's when you realize this wasn't just manipulation. It was obsession. It was about domination on every level. Because for a narcissist, control isn't just something they practice, it's something they worship. There's something deeply unsettling about realizing someone has been collecting pieces of your life without your permission, and not just memories. I'm talking about photos, videos, screenshots, private moments you didn't know were being recorded. Now, in a healthy relationship, there's respect for privacy, boundaries, a sense that what's intimate stays sacred. But with a narcissist, privacy doesn't exist. Everything is fair game, especially if they think they can use it later. Narcissists are strategic. They're not saving that photo because it's sweet or sentimental. They're saving it because it might be useful. That video of you venting during an argument, they'll pull that out in 6 months and say, see, look how unstable you were. The screenshot of your messages. They'll twist them, reframe them, and weaponize them. And what makes it even worse is that most of this is happening behind your back. You don't even know what's being kept or how much of your life they've archived until it's too late. They'll pretend it's innocent. I was just holding onto memories. I didn't want to lose the good times. But that's not what this is. That's not how it feels when you stumble across a hidden folder on their laptop or a private hard drive labeled with your name. It's not romantic, it's predatory, it's calculated, and it's meant to keep you in check, to make sure that if you ever challenge their story, they can prove who you are, at least the version they want the world to believe. What's even more disturbing is how often these things are taken during vulnerable moments. You're asleep, you're crying, you're venting in private, and they're there, recording it quietly, without saying a word. Not to support you, not to help, but to build their archive, their evidence, their arsenal. It's not a stretch to call it digital abuse, because that's exactly what it is, turning your private moments into tools of control. And if you're thinking, why would anyone do that? It's because narcissists aren't looking for connection. They're looking for leverage. Love doesn't need a paper trail. Control does. You ever have that moment where something just doesn't add up? Their phone's always face down. It's always on silent. They never leave it lying around for long, and maybe you brush it off. Tell yourself you're overthinking it. But deep down, something feels off, and then one day, maybe by accident, you find it. A second phone, tucked away in a drawer, hidden in the glove compartment, powered off out of sight, and suddenly everything makes sense. Narcissists are masters of double lives. They curate the version of themselves they want you to see, and then they operate in the shadows, doing whatever they want with whoever they want, without consequence. That secret burner phone, that's not just a backup device, that's their control panel. It's how they keep their secrets airtight. It's where they message the people you were told not to worry about. It's where the lies live, safe and hidden, away from the world they've constructed for you. And when you ask about it, if you even dare to ask, oh, suddenly you're the problem, you're snooping, you're paranoid, you're invading their privacy. But let's be honest here, privacy in a relationship isn't about hiding entire devices. It's not about maintaining two identities. It's about mutual trust, and that second phone, that's not privacy. That's deception. What's so chilling about this is the way it's all orchestrated. Narcissists aren't careless. They don't leave the burner phone sitting on the counter by accident. It's deliberately hidden because they know it's wrong. They know if you saw what was on it, the messages, the call logs, the apps, you'd start seeing through the mask. That phone represents everything they're doing when your back is turned. It's how they keep their stories straight. It's how they avoid accountability. And it's how they ensure they always have an escape plan, another person lined up, another lie ready to go. This isn't just about infidelity, it's about power. A narcissist doesn't just want control over you. They want control over every version of themselves. And the burner phone, that's the version they hope you never meet. A narcissist's home is their fortress and their mask. What's hidden inside tells the real story. If any of these things sound familiar, don't ignore your instincts. Darkness hides behind charm, and their home may reflect the truth they try to keep buried.